How'd you guys go last night?
Not great.
Not the best.
We started at King George Square.
Okay.
And we just set up our bed and everything, and then the security came out and said, nah, you can't sleep here, which we kind of knew they wouldn't. We were kind of being a bit cheeky, like right up against the wall. So
we at least thought we'd get a couple of hours in, but it was only like 5 minutes and they were straight onto us.
So we went and slept at Botanical Gardens, but that was noisy. The curlews and the kookaburras, mosquitoes. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, it gives you a bit of a insight into how hard it is to get a decent sleep.
I'm absolutely shattered.
Now we've got to do a day of interviews, and I can barely get my thoughts, into thing. And that's what we always say: without a decent night's sleep, how are you going to go for job interviews and do all that kind of stuff?
So interesting on that, right? So there's people that we look after and serve in the morning that are going to interviews and doing things in their day with exactly the same experience as what you said. So coffee is actually really important for them, and some food, so they've got at least that noise can stop, and then they can get on with the important parts of their day. Nutrition's so important.
We were just talking to CJ, and he was saying, how can I go back to work if I haven't got somewhere to live, and that's what housing first is the answer. We know it's the answer, but doesn't seem to. They say they're housing first, but they're not really. So
I couldn't imagine waking up feeling like I'm feeling now, and then having to go to a job and try and act like everybody else who's had a good night's sleep and had electricity and can wash their clothes and had a shower. So even trying to work your way out of homelessness is pretty impossible unless you got the basics. It's not very often he's lost for words.
But I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, usually.
All right, talk it up.
So I volunteer once a month. So I come out on a Wednesday. And from when I started a number of years ago to today, it's definitely different. So we can serve up to 125 people or so in a day with coffee. Whereas when I started, sometimes we had 40.
Yeah.
So it's really, really different. Or when I'm here on a Wednesday, this is normally fun chaos, but chaos. There are people everywhere. And we're here for 30 or 40 minutes, and half the time we're late leaving here because there's so many people. But we have lots of regulars, but we also have a lot of people that are transiting through for varying reasons. But we've still got a really good community of people. So last time, you two were together. There's a lot of people that don't have someone that they can hang out with for the evening too.
Yeah.
And not just from a safety point of view, but from a conversation and connection point of view, which is why we spend so much time every morning at each of our stops to have a conversation with people. No matter who they are, where they've come from, what their circumstances are. They are all our friends that come to our service in the morning, and we want to make sure we might be the only people they get to speak to that day.
Yeah.
So I think that connection element's actually really important too.
For sure. I still remember when I was doing my outreach stand one day, a guy was kind of hovering off, and I said, "Hey man, do you want anything? What have you been up to?" And just chatted to him, and then at the end of the conversation, he said, "Oh, thanks for talking to me. I haven't spoken to anyone in 2 weeks." And I was like,
it makes no sense, but you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah, you don't even think about it, It's, the idea of having no conversation for 2 weeks is, that's got to play with your mental health in huge ways. So, this sort of service of connection and chats and just being there as well. And with you guys, it's like, I know that you guys are known for always being there, like you don't miss a day.
So one thing, all of our groups working together to make change and to support the change and support our friends, and I think that's something the sector hasn't traditionally done particularly well, but I think I am starting to see some change. It's something we're focusing on at Coffee Brigade. So if you can spread that message around with everyone you chat to.
Do you get any funding from the government, or are you all?
No, so not specifically, but we do things through grants.
Yeah.
So we get some then technically from the government, but as a grant.
Yeah.
Some of our local members at different levels of government in the area that we are do give us donations as well, or do food drives.
Yeah, nice.
So we're supported from all sides of the political spectrum.
Yeah.
Which is actually really, really nice.
Yeah. Community-led programs are the ones that are the most efficient, and small grassroots charities and stuff like that are the backbone of this industry. So, it's a lot of volunteers that come out here and help every day. So
you wouldn't get up to be on site in Windsor at 6 a.m. if you didn't love doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
I think if people don't stand up and fight for what's right, it's the same shit will continue. And
Exactly.
yeah.
Thank you for everything that you guys do.
Thanks for everything you guys do.
Yeah.
I think.
Thank you for the sandwich.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I need this morning.
That's good.
Give me a hug.
Oh,
Nice to
thank
meet
you. So nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
We'll stay
sharing
in
your
touch, eh?
story.
Thank you.
Oh, and I'm so proud of you. Look at this. This is great.
Thank you.